that goes back to what you said though about the percentage of the ones that chose to go this way and the ones that chose to go this way, because any of us have the withdrawal to say I don't want that. But then what you're saying of the other percentage that does fall into that trap, it goes back to what you were saying, that you can't expect a person in Florida to act a certain way and act the same in California.
Mhm.
But what we have right now is the agency that you're talking about of the choice of people using what we have, which is social media. That is their influence for everybody to be mindful to act the same way, because you continuously seeing that. I never disagreed with of absolving the agency that you're talking about. I believe that everybody has the full right to choose to pick, and that they're choosing to go that route. I'm not absolving that, but what I'm saying is what is coming from is from the lack of intelligence, the lack of discipline, of not allowing to be so easily influenced by this social media, this media product that we have, that they're falling victim to that.
Okay. So I lived in Arkansas for a bit. And if you know anything about Arkansas, there's a large population of broke white people. Like, I mean,
I can
like
attest to that.
they
I can
broke
attest to that living in Texas.
Oh, they broke. Like duct tape as a door on my car broke. Okay. And when you look at that, they have the same influences on TV about white people being rich, picket fence, and being a certain way. That is being pushed on them. You know what they don't care about? That. And they live the way they got to live. And then you have a bunch of black people who will see black rappers and want to be and emulate that. So here's my biggest question for the whole panel. Do you believe that black Americans on a whole are mentally deficient and cannot choose right?
Absolutely.
Not at all.
Absolutely.
Whoa.
Absolutely.
I can't
Absolutely.
I
Wait,
stand with that.
hold on. First of all,
Hold on.
Absolutely.
I just
Did
want
I
him to
step on an
re-ask the
answer?
question.
Uh-oh.
Absolutely. That and,
Hold on.
and that's
Can
why I
you
was.
just re-ask the question.
But
So
I look at it in both sides.
Hold
So,
on, everybody. One at a time. Go
Can
ahead,
he just
JP.
re-ask the question first so that we can have a clear understanding of what he's asking? Because I didn't quite catch the whole
Okay.
question.
I don't think you or Quill, because he kind of stepped back when he heard the question too. So he made.
I just want to be clear on what exactly
I'm glad you want to be. I'm glad you want to be clear, because most people don't want to be clear.
Yes,
Please
that's
repeat that question.
And I
please.
think that's a good
I
step
like the
that people
question,
need to
though.
recognize when you're clear. Kat, where have you been? You've been absent, and you need to tell me where you've been. We got. I'm gonna have some words for you later. Don't worry about that.
he's got words for you, Cat.
Like, oh, you're in trouble now. You got people inboxing me where you are. That's not good. Okay, so do you believe, as a whole, that black, and I'm going to limit it to black America, I'm going to try and make this as succinct as possible, black Americans are mentally deficient when it comes to making decisions?
Not at all.
Retard alert.
My bad.
I can't say that. I feel like
Okay,
we're fully
state your
capable.
opposition, Jaquil.
I mean, I feel like we're fully capable. I feel like we should be able. We've been able to make decisions. We've been educated. We can definitely walk into certain doors and things. And it's all about choice. Like, I think it's all at this point whether or not people want to be able to go out there and really go out there and not be lazy or, apply themselves in this situation. I don't think we're deficient at all.
Okay.
But what makes us choose to not go the opposite route? What makes us? What you say is either laziness. What really stops us from not
arrested development?
Well,
But
it stops us then. For you to say that you don't believe that
arrested development.
For
go
you to
ahead.
say we can't.
I yield the floor.
That is true. But what really is stopping?
We got hold on. We got some feedback. That you, Jaquil? I think we got a little feedback, man. There you go. All right, go ahead.
For you to say that you don't agree with it, but it's been a proven fact, though. It's been a proof. What they saying is the black culture. It's proven fact that whatever that they're saying is the black culture, they can't get it right. They're not able to think for themselves, though. What we keep saying, doing it for the culture. The evidence is showing that culture, those set of black folks can't think for themselves because they're following behind what social media or what society is pushing them to think what's cool, what's not, and they follow behind it. But Marlon goes to say the small number, if there's a number of people who divide it out that says, I don't want that.
See, I think it's been an intentional, like, I think everything has just been an intentional thing. Like, I don't know how to, I'm trying to put it into the best words. I don't think that we're just not capable. I think that there's been so much of a beat down on us for so long. I mean, you can even do like studies on like bonobo chimpanzees and the genetic trauma and stuff like that as well has been passed down. I truly believe in that. Not everybody does, but I feel like there's things that's been trickled down from. We got 300 years worth of history of just dealing with a lot of bull crap. So I feel like until we're able to actually be left alone and actually figure out our situation without anybody else tampering with our opportunities to be able to grow as a group of individuals, and not be deprived of look at certain. Like, I feel like I'm not to describe like the carrot being hung over the horse. It's like until we have to actually.
I got a better one for you.
Hold up, JP. Let him finish real quick. Let him finish. No, you finish your thought.
No, go ahead. I like to hear everybody's thought.
Okay, go ahead.
He's on that about the dangling, right? So I told Dez this one time about a story that my uncle told me a long time ago about the sense of control that of us not being able to think for ourselves. For example, we have become like the baby elephant. When the elephant is a baby, the zookeeper or whoever ties something around your leg, the baby elephant's leg, and put a stake in the ground. Every time the baby elephant tries to run, the stake is in the ground, it snatches him back. He keeps trying to run, it snatches him back. But so as he keeps getting older, it's computing in his mind that every time he runs back, every time he runs forward.
Yeah, it's like the frog in the boiling water effect. I got what you're saying.
But and as he becomes a full-grown elephant after all these years of that same effect of trying to run and getting snatched back, he doesn't realize how strong he is to where that little stake in the ground can't keep him there anymore.
But that's one element.
That comes to weird when you're saying that we're beat down so much, but that is our choice because at the end of the day, if that elephant would have kept trying, he would have ripped. If his motivation is to get out of his situation, he would never quit. He will keep trying until that stake in the ground kills him for trying to get away. After a while, our minds being so weak, we give up and saying, well, it's been snatching me back this whole time. Let me stop trying.
So when you say that, the only thing I have to kind of bring to the table with that is, so since we know that we've been beat down, do you agree that, if we had the opportunity to kind of just focus on ourselves, develop our own communities, develop our own culture, and actually be left alone and actually sort of develop as a people, as a race of individuals, at that point we would stop being so deficient that if we were just left alone to be able to figure out our situation like they were trying to attempt in 1921 Tulsa, Oklahoma, when they were trying to attempt.
We didn't never want to be left alone. Martin messed that up.
I mean, Martin was
we had a chance to be alone, but we wanted a piece of the white only pie. Now, do it taste as good as we thought it did now that we get to taste it?
Okay. And I think Martin was influenced, and like I was saying before, the person that was actually leading his entire agenda in regards to the nonviolent protest was a part of that community. Not to knock anybody, but I feel like that was another. Just like these little seeds that's being planted in every time we try to create something that's going to be able to kind of focus. There's little seeds that are getting planted into those situations. They kind of like diverges from able to focus on the true issue and find the real solution. So all I'm saying is that. If we had the opportunity to kind of just focus and isolate ourselves and focus on what we need to do, just as a group of individuals and come together like we were trying to do at different points. I mean, they assassinated one of my favorite leaders, which is Fred Hampton, from Chicago, whatever. But they assassinated him because, of course, they have this thing with the, about COINTELPRO. And, obviously, if you're able to come together, they have this Black Messiah complex. I feel like it's just fear. They're fear of our communities coming together because they know our strengths. They know the pyramids. They know.
Hold up, JP.
Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. I apologize. I want you to chime in after Jaquil go, and then Marlon. I'm sure he has something to say too.
I got one more question when they're done.
So Yeah, everybody's studying this. So it's like we had opportunities to really just focus on ourselves, understand our greatness versus just being entertainers and people that's out there in front of, the limelight, things of the nation, actually focus on developing, owning our grocery stores, owning our own car dealerships, doing things that's going to allow us to be self-sufficient, then we wouldn't be deficient. But of course, every time we've tried to do those type of things, there's always something that's kind of like put in there to kind of diverge us from
I just find that interesting. I just find that interesting that this degree of prosperity that you're this utopian like community that you're describing was really thriving when we adopted Judeo-Christian values. I just find that interesting. But go ahead, Des.
I know Neil, you more than anybody probably not going to agree, but I think this is just one of those clear cut two things can be right. I think that we do have a variety of Black people who are very smart, who are very educated, and who do produce, that do produce. However, we also have a variety of individuals who are deficient in ways that they don't try. You know what I'm saying? They don't try. Only the strong survive, and that's real. Only the strong survive, and I think you can't put a definite answer on this type of subject because we have some that do and we have some that don't. We still have the same psychological issues that we've had for generations. We have some people that get us out of those political wise, whether religion wise, whatever the case is, with the feminist movement or all of these empowerment movements. We have people that really do try to get out of that psychological barrier by creating change. But then we also have a group of people who are still stuck on stupid, who don't want to, who do have the fear of change. So I can't put a decisive amount on who is and who isn't, but I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's a little bit of both.